Hey there, MJ traders and investors. It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also, I'm the best MJ community. Today is Thursday. It's June 6th. Hope you're doing awesome. And in this video, we're going to be discussing Msos ETF. We'll take a look at the chart. I'll do some technical analysis. I'll give my thoughts and opinions on the price action leading up to today and in the days, weeks, months ahead. Spoiler alert, there is a bear flag that's showing more downside. We'll take a look at that and what that entails in just a moment. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, and I am not a financial advisor. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I write or anything that I say. And full disclosure, I do own Msos ETF in my portfolio. Also, there was a report from Green Market Report that 97% of public comments support MJ rescheduling, so that's great to see. I posted that over on X. You can follow us there as well. At Group POW is the handle for that. I'm going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. And we're getting a ton of followers over there as well, so I appreciate that. And just in case we ever get silenced here on YouTube, censorship is a very real thing. So just in case I ever get shut off from there, you can follow us over on X, like I said, and also on Rumble and Odyssey platforms as well. Taking a look at Msos here on the daily time frame, so it is a daily bear flag that confirmed, and this is the target showing more downside, and the target is $6.86. So if you just take your fib tool and you go from the high to the low there and you move it out, get your trend line, get your measured move from the high to the low, move it out to the 0.32 fib, and you can see here it's saying about 686 as the target. We did hit 752. So from here, we could see another 8.5% of downside essentially, and we have yet to hit daily oversold. And I've been mentioning now in a few of my videos that a lot of MJ is going to more than likely hit daily oversold. And if you're looking for entries, again, not telling you to buy, sell, or hold, you need to make your own decisions. But that could be a nice entry to target on daily oversold conditions. Anything on the RSI, Relative Strength Index, 30 and below is considered oversold, and we're sitting at 36.09. So we're very close to that 30 oversold territory. And as of right now, we're not looking hot. Obviously, we have the bear flag, which is a bearish continuation pattern. We're in a daily downtrend as well, and we're starting monthly consolidation. So if we zoom out to the monthly time frame, you can see here we're consolidating. It just means we're losing the low of the previous candle. Same thing on the weekly. If we're losing the low of the previous weekly candle, then it's weekly consolidation. If you break the high of the previous candle, you're just bouncing, right? Whether it be on the monthly, the weekly, etc. But we do have support, key support at 730 coming into play. So if we do hit 686 and lose that 730 area, that could be one final fake out and flush before a massive move, in my opinion. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they went stop loss hunting, because I bet a lot of people have stops there at just under 6. At the support's at 730, so you allow a little bit of wiggle room, just under $6. So that 686 level kind of makes sense. And on the weekly time frame, it's not looking hot here either. We closed below the 10-week moving average, which we were confirming it as support, then resistance. Now 3 weeks in a row closing below it. We had a stochastic and a MACD bear cross as well. So it's not looking good here on the macros. And then on the weekly time frame, we're potentially going to lose the 50 weekly here. We're gearing up for the first ever weekly 50 and 100 week moving average bull cross, which is bullish. But we're probably at least a few weeks, it could really happen next week or the week after that, but I would say it's more than likely a few weeks away. And if we do close below the 50 weekly there at 764 this week, I think we'd be easily going to that $6 high sixes in a hurry. And we're going to take a look at the S&P 500. It's busting to new all-time highs, so it's not set up well if the S&P 500 were to pull back and just form, a healthy correction, which we know is due. So not set up the best here. But as of right now, like I said, we're looking for that first ever bull cross. On the daily time frame, we're gearing up for a potential death cross with the 50 down through the 100 and the 200-day moving average, again showing confluence and multiple signs that we could see more downside from here. Obviously, rescheduling is more than likely going to be a surefire thing. It's just when is it going to happen? It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And as we know, 97% of the public comments support it. And I think there's over 10,000 comments now, and that comment period is due July 22nd. So I've been on record to say that I think that we're going to continue to see weakness into that comment period, and then at the end of July, potentially in August, we should start to rebound. There was also a DEA official that said it could happen as soon as August, maybe September, but expected this Schedule 3 decision and ruling to occur before October. And ultimately, it has to happen before November elections, right? Because it's just a political death sentence to the Dems who, that's the whole reason why they got put in there, right? And I'm not getting political. I'm not on either side of the aisle. I'm from Canada, so it makes no difference to me. I want what's best for MJ. And it just makes the most sense, right? We have Florida on the ballot. We have Ohio coming online, Pennsylvania. We have New Hampshire, potentially the 25th state. And then if Florida gets approved, that's the 26th state. And then if we get rescheduling, that opens the door for banking and uplisting to U.S. major exchanges, and also Germany looking to fast track Pillar 2. So all the stars are aligning. We just need to be patient. And that is the name of the game right now. Patience pays. And that's no pun intended. It's so true. We just have to be patient. We're in a monthly uptrend on Msos as well, which a lot of names are in monthly uptrends in the US. Canadian names are just starting to form. Most of them are forming monthly higher lows. So we have Cron, VFF, High Tide, SNDL all in monthly uptrends, joining the rest of the major tier ones in the US. And you can see your MSOS higher low, higher low, and higher high, another higher low and higher high. So again, 730 key support there. Lose that, 686 likely in the cards. After that, support is at 492 and 5 psychological. So key resistance, obviously, the high of this bounce at 1137, and then after that, a lack until 1460. So names like CGC, ACB, Tilray, OGI, they're all working on monthly higher lows. They just need the higher high. So essentially, CGC, Tilray, OGI, ACB, they're all right here. They're forming the monthly higher low, which just means we're consolidating, losing the low of the previous monthly candle, as I mentioned, but it's higher than this low. And then we got the higher high here. So in the month of February, that's when we confirmed the first ever monthly uptrend on MSOS. So we're going to look, you might be saying, well, why are you talking about the Canadian names? We're talking about MSOS in the US, MJ. I don't care about Canadian MJ. Well, that's where the majority of the money is sloshing around, right? So if majority of institutional capital and the majority of capital in general is playing on the NASDAQ and in these Canadian names, well, we want to see all boats rise together, right? A rising high tide lifts all boats. So if all the Canadian names and all the tier one names are mostly in monthly uptrends, or, the majority, and we get Tilray, CGC, ACB, OGI all join the pack, then that's going to increase the odds that we're going to start to see momentum back across the whole sector. And the sector moves together, not down to the day, the second, the minute. But if you zoom out to the yearly and the monthly chart, they all look very similar and they move in tandem. So that's what we want to see. But as of right now, we could see a little bit more short to medium term pain, but longer term, it's looking great. And like I said, into the end of the year, I think we're going to see some fireworks and things are going to really heat up in a big way going into the elections. But let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. Unfortunately, I wish I had better news, but the charts are the charts and it's showing another leg down potentially here. But in my opinion, will just be a buying opportunity. I'll be a buyer at those levels. Let me know if you'll be one as well. But going into there, it's Rod with Powell Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you again on the next video.